Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Laststandgamers, and welcome. So you probably already noticed I may sound a little bit ill. Do not worry, I've not contracted coronavirus, hopefully not anyway, but we're going to take around this lovely PVP BattleMap by Aragath, and I have to say the detailing of this place is fantastic. First of all, let's do a little bit of an upper view and we'll show you the different areas that we've got going on here. So we've got two rivers going in a T sort of shape, and we've got various crossing points. So you can see in this area we've got 3 crossing points. The crossing point over there to that side of the map is of course off limits, but the detailing of each one of these sections is just fantastic, especially when you're in the map. See, from this angle down below like this, you can't see that these buildings are incomplete. It looks like the village or the city just continues on, and this is just what you want for an immersive sort of battle map, and the combination of wood and the basic sort of grey blocks is going to keep it quite performance friendly, I guess, until the fighting really kicks off. So down here we've got ourselves a little pier, we've got these lovely little railings, but back up to the top and we'll start again. So you can see we've got ourselves a little bit of a square. We've got the churchyard over there that I just think is one of my favourite areas of this map. We've got the more inner sort of town section over here. We've also got the main street and a little refinery or factory type building over there in that corner. So now with that out the way, let's drop back down to the streets where we were. So we're going to go through the city area first. So you can see we've got lots of little backyard areas, we've got little alleyways, and I'm guessing if this is used for tank battles, some tanks won't be able to fit down these corridors, so maybe armoured cars or other vehicles will be able to use them to flank. You can see we've got little tunnels going through these various different areas. We've got some open stretches. But the most important thing that makes this battle map really nice is these lots of angles to get shot at from. Combining this with AWG's tanks and his cannons, it's going to make for some fantastic battling. Let's continue having a look around this village. And this is what I really do love about Space Engineers, is it's really not just Space Engineers anymore. It's more of a engineer whatever you like. So we're coming across the other river here. We've got 3 bridge options to get across. As we come over to this other side, we're coming down this main sort of street. We've got some access ways to the back gardens there that I think looks really cool. You've got this kind of castle perimeter wall. Just look how atmospheric though this garden area is for the church. You can see they've even added sort of tombstones in. They've added a little sort of fountain into this area, and there's a little bit of vegetation as cover. Wow, it looks just really nice. And the church there just standing up on point. You can see they've even added these little paths through the area and just really gone ham with the voxel hand tool. So as we come through into this area, we've got this back sort of road that leads around the churchyard. Let's actually have a look in the front area of the church itself. So having a look at the detail in these buildings, you can see each one has been lovely handcrafted. Of course, there isn't an interior because they don't expect tanks to really go through the church, and maybe they could blow a hole in the side, but I don't know if that would be right in any kind of way. But you can see over here you've got the front entrance and you've got the central square. I just love this little water fountain with the hydrogen thruster added to the top there and slightly grounded down. It looks like we've got some sort of store here that's closed down on this side of the bridge. But each one of these buildings is really nice. It'd be cool, I mean, maybe for like a city life project, if these buildings were opened up and players could roam around, do city type activities. That would be damn funky. And then you've got the yard over here, entrance to the side, and you've got like a little coroner's office that I'm guessing, or maybe the church owner's house there to the side. Very nice indeed. Let's continue working our way down this road. So as we come through, we've got more shuttered houses. It kind of reminds me that everyone's shut up and sort of left because, you know, there's a war going on in this area. I mean, of course, with the sunlight and this environment, it's a little bit too PC, but we could change the atmosphere, we could change the skybox and really turn this into a war type environment. And now we're over at the factory. So the factory itself has got these 2 really nice chimneys going up with a little bit of red and white decor, and you've got the factory building in here as well. From a gameplay perspective, this map is quite balanced, but there is some choke points if this was going to be a PvP map, and I've done my fair share of them. The main choke point that I see is if players manage to get themselves across the bridge, or they manage to trap one of the enemy teams in this smaller section of the town. I mean, it would be quite easy if a few team members got to one of these points and locked down the area across the bridges. But this whole section of the map here, we've got a lot of more open tank fighting. We'll have to grab a tank and take it for a little bit of a test drive in a second. So I had a quick look through my blueprints and I was looking for some sort of tank. Now, I found myself this lovely bridge layer that we've looked at in the past before. And you can see it kind of fits through the streets really nicely. All I would need is a little bit of a turret, and I could be dodging and weaving throughout these, especially if you're using the scripts for the turret mod. You could aim across. But what I really wanted to see is if I could escape from the map with this bridge layer. I mean, of course, there won't be a bridge layer tank in the PvP environment. Or maybe you could make a mission out of it. Maybe you could even blow up one of these bridges, and one team has to bring some sort of bridge laying vehicle into it. This is the sort of possibilities with Space Engineers. As long as you can build it, or you can kind of imagine it, you can usually get it out onto the map. So there's the bridge that we need to fix. We're going to see if we can fix it and then escape the map area. Aaron's not used this bridge layer for a while, so we'll see if everything goes well. So we're going to move ourselves into position. We need to... Oh, we need to stop. We need to stop. Ooh. Whew. Right, there we go. So the bridge is going to be laid out across that area right there. So let's begin the process. Okay, we don't want to stop it just yet. We want to make sure that all our rotors are doing the right thing. Okay, number 7. Okay, perfect. Our bridge is going out. Oh, it might be going too fast. Hold on. Hold up. Hold up. Just reverse that a little bit. Give our other bridge area a little bit of time. Right, looks like we might actually make it across this thing. Oh, look at that. I love a bit of a bridge layer. I love construction engineering tanks. They're so cool. Alright, so there we go. We have got ourselves a bridge across. Now, all we need to do is disconnect ourselves. Right, so that is there. We've disconnected. We now need to adjust once again our little bridge settings. So reverse ourselves that system back up. The landing gear hasn't locked, so we're not in the safest condition to cross it. We should have probably locked that, Aaron. Why didn't you lock that before we cross? This is going to be so risky now. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can get across anyway. We're gonna escape the map. Oh, look at that. I love a bit of tank. Oh, that's so cool. I love things like this. It is awesome. But it's a absolutely beautiful map. It's going to lead to some crazy tank battles. And the tanks drive across it so smoothly as well due to the flatness of the terrain. The angles as well that the tanks will be able to shoot. It reminds me just of like a World of Tanks or a War Thunder map. There we go. Back across. Easy as pie. Woo! Don't know what happened there. Oh. Anyway, I'm going to wrap that up here. There's going to be a link in the description below to this tank map in case you fancy having to drive around, maybe fighting some of your friends in the various back alleys and in the church ground. But anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.